Tasnim, Patricia, Sabrina, Nur, siapa lagi? Siti, Vani.
Sir,
Ya, Siti.
macam I tak adalah macam soalan, tapi macam kan my friend dia macam dia ada problem untuk cari kerja sebab bidang yang dia ambil pasal engineering lah, which is civil engineering. Lepas tu now dia macam having problem nak cari kerja sebab ramai kalau dia minta kerja mesti minta lelaki je.
Betul.
Dia,
Sebab
dia
perempuan,
macam
yalah perempuan ni kalau you kahwin, mengandung, dah jadi problem untuk dia orang. Under the law have to give the rights of a mother, right, to care of the child. So berapa bulan tu? So kalau katalah dia pregnant, you tak nak hantar pergi site, tak boleh juga, because site takut lagi apa-apa jadi, you know, they don't want to be open to liability. Jadi macam mana Siti? Kesian kat dia ya?
sebab macam yelah dia nak cari kerja tapi tak dapat, and mostly macam kena pakai orang dalam untuk dapatkan kerja, susah untuk dia.
Kalau lah kata you ada orang dalam, kalau
lelaki boleh senang je.
jadi kesian this is what feminist movement is trying to say, the inequalities that happen in our society, it is because the injustice that we carry on, the perception. Kalau lah kata perempuan tu kena rogol, oh salah perempuan lah tu, pakai seksi sangat, siapa suruh dia pergi jalan malam apa semua. Apa halnya? Kalau dia nak jalan malam pukul 2-3 pagi, kenapa you nak jadi reason untuk you have the right to so-called molest her ke, dikacau her ke, dirogol her ke? Pasal apa? Who are you? This is because the feminists say that the injustice that we have in our society, the gender inequality that we have in our society is the one that promotes certain things to happen to women. You know, kalau perempuan je yang salah, yang lelaki tu tak ada. Kalau you tengok perempuan buang bayi, mana semua duk salah perempuan dia, mana yang lelaki dia? Yang buat tu bukan seorang, yang buat anak tu bukan seorang, dua orang. Where is the father? Tak ada pun. Yang kata, perempuan ni kau jahat lah, kau teruk lah apa. The society is having a mindset that is coming from the law. We are educated, everything as I mentioned, everything of our activity that we do or what we say is coming from the law. Okay, the law play 100% role in developing us as what we are today. Okay, so this is what feminists is saying, the injustice that is occurring in our society have to be removed. Otherwise, we are going to be victim forever. Kalau you pergi mahkamah syariah, banyak yang nak kata, oh yang lelaki ni tak salah, perempuan yang kebanyakan yang salah. Okay, you have that mentality, perempuan tu is subordinate, perempuan tu inferior, perempuan tu lemah, perempuan tu, okay, so what kalau dia lemah? Does it mean that it is okay for her to be victimized? Orang lelaki yang kena jaga perempuan. Ni fight back when women fight back, apa jadi? Kita tengok adat pepatih. Okay, adat pepatih is a fight of a feminist group. Kalau you nak kata dekat, you have the western punya feminist, you boleh tunjuk Malaysia has already practiced a feminism punya movement I think about 500 or 700 years ago. We practice that. Dia kata apa, kat mana? You tengok adat pepatih. It is clear movement to go against the injustice that is occurring in their society, whereby the male fail to do their job, to take care of the woman. Woman kata, okay, enough is enough. We are going to take things into our own hands. We can go against the provision of Surah An-Nisa, the distribution of wealth. Yeah, An-Nisa is very clear about the distribution of Allah dah bagi detail dah, but we go against that. We dare to go against that because we want to seek justice. Wahal Al-Quran An-Nisa bagi justiceness towards portion lelaki more than woman is for the lelaki to take care of the woman. Simple. Nah yang lelaki kata oh gender equality in terms of the religious punya provision, I can take as much as I can because Al-Quran surah An-Nisa says my portion is much better. Tak boleh lah macam tu. The portion is given by God to you because you are to have your own extra duty, which is to take care of your woman members in your family. So abang kena jaga adik perempuan. Adik perempuan dah dapat dah dia punya harta, dia untuk diri dia, bukan untuk as a male you are to get more because you are to take care of your gender female gender in your family. Oh tak, sekarang kita tengok macam-macam Dok Edi ya. Aduh, letih. Right. Question.
Sir?
Yes. Laila.
Apa beza yang sangat-sangat ketara between liberal feminism dengan radical feminism? Yang orang yang perjuangkan idea feminism ni, are they fighting for equalities in all aspects ataupun just certain, and then they expect more for their side?
Okay. Liberal dia macam mana? Dia is about equality, betul tak? Okay, if you can do this, you can go to you can be politician. We want to be politician. If before this, if you can vote, I want to vote also. If you can go to university education, we also want to go to have our education. So tiba-tiba teringat my mum. She is dia orang pertama perempuan masuk belajar dekat Penang Free School. My mum naik, dulu kami kaya lah tapi sekarang dah miskin. Naik kereta kuda pergi hantar pergi Penang Free School. Now it is about the fight of women to get their equality that they wanted to prevail in our society. That is liberal. Kalau dia orang punya liberalism punya this is basic liberalism is the one orang lama lah ya. Kalau kata feminism group mana yang paling lama, liberal lah. Liberal movement is able to make things change the situation right now. Macam you tak ada dalam university because of their movement. Okay, you might think that tak ada problem, it's my right. No, it is not about your right. It is their movement that they have done. If they have not done that, then therefore you are going to be dekat dapur, not having that so much rights. Because if you let the society to decide where they want you to be as woman, they want you to be at dekat dapur je lah. Jangan belajar, jangan tahu apa-apa. You just pandai masak cukup. Okay, because 1000 years ago or 2000 years ago, woman cuma sebagai alat pemuas nafsu saja. You are just like animal. You don't have a status of a human being. That if you go down history and look at what is the treatment of women or throughout the time, the years, they are just like playthings. Macam you beli mainan, macam tu lah. Dia orang tak ada. Dia orang macam binatang. Women are binatang. Imagine that is the changes that occurs until now. You are able to do a lot of things. Kalau macam dekat Taliban, when they in control, perempuan tak boleh keluar malam, not because kenapa nak keluar malam tak boleh. Oh, you boleh keluar malam, I tak boleh keluar malam. You perempuan, you tak boleh lah. Saya pun isu perempuan pula. Selalu kalau kita ada kes rape, perempuan jadi victim, polis akan pandang rendah. Bukannya polis akan kata that we implement in order for us to find find the evidence of the rape in terms of getting the semen, You know, the woman is being treated in a way that is inhuman, ya, inhuman, where dah lah orang tu bau. So you boleh kata, oh, we need it urgent, otherwise semen tu akan dilute, tak boleh nak jumpa evidence. So, aduh, banyaklah you learn apa penal code, the procedure CPC nanti macam mana. It reflects the injusticeness of the system, legal system towards women. Okay, so the right of a person to educate comes from the recognition of the law. The right of a person to go to vote, it is recognition from the law. Everything comes from the law. So woman injusticeness that is occurring in our society is not because of anything else other than the law, because the law is in the hands of male. When the law making, the legislation and the legislature are male, then therefore male will do things that benefit themselves. This is the reality. Okay, tengok the number of people represented. Kalau kita tengok siapa yang bini Anwar Ibrahim, siapa wife dia? Guys, are you here?
Naziza.
Aziza, waktu dia pegang, kita ingat kata she will do a lot of things for the woman. She was unsure of herself. Tapi tiba-tiba bila dah tak jadi pegang timbalan Perdana Menteri, and then you say so many things that you want to, it's not happening. You dah pegang dah situ. You do the things that is to change the environment, change the legal environment, pressure the parliament to make a change. If you are in that position, mana nak dapat lagi dah situation timbalan Perdana Menteri perempuan. Okay, so this is what is happening. Or you might not be victim of feminism. If you are a male, you might see it as very petty. Alah, benda ni kecil je. Bila you are not the gender, then you would not be able to understand. Not saying that I am a female, but after reading, doing all this research and understanding the movement, then I start to realize that initially I was also unfair. Looking at feminism is macam lalat, you know, kacau dia pun ni, benda lah. But after reading, rationalize, criticize, and analyze, then I start to understand. Kita betul juga apa yang dia orang kata ni, you know. It is based on facts. Yes, questions. Same opportunities with men. Whitney, masuk you? Can feminism, Whitney, you can explain it. I don't understand your question. Whitney kata when can feminism become redundant? They are redundant, but their approach is different. Okay, but generally, feminism is to remove all inequalities. How you remove the inequalities is different by liberal, cultural, radical, and postmodern. Okay, the aim is one, to remove all inequalities that happens between gender, you know, male and female. How to do that is by virtue of liberal, by virtue of cultural, by virtue of radical, by virtue of postmodern. Liberal, you have that right, I want that right also. Either I want to apply that rights, is up to me. Okay, kalau you kata you boleh pergi universiti, I pun boleh pergi universiti. Sama ada I nak pergi universiti atau tak, then it's up to me. So you cannot punish me if dah bagi rights, kenapa you tak nak lagi? It's up to us. Cultural, come on. Inequalities because you do not recognize us, the goodness, the positive qualities that we have. You do not recognize. We as women, we know how to settle things better than you. Kalau you laki, cuma kalau berkelahi, kalau if you have any issues, you are the adversarial punya approach. You are very attacking mode. Kalau women, they are not in attacking mode. Okay, they are more pacifier, they are more relaxed, they are more tactical. Kalau kita tengok war that happens in our world, because orang lelaki ya. Mana ada war perempuan yang start? Okay, that is the reality. World War One laki ya, World War Two laki juga. You know, so the contribution of them suffering the war is because of the male inability to handle problem. Tengok Trump attacking mode, attack dia, attack Muslim, attack segala-galanya, you know, attack China. You think orang tak ada respon ke? You know, attacking other people country, you think that the country would be silent? Okay lah, kita terima lah, ini apa ketentuan Allah. They will fight back. Okay, for every itu fizik ya. For every action there must be an equal and opposite reaction. That is hukum alam. You know, for every action there must be an equal and opposite reaction. So you attack China, ingat China duduk diam. You know, rather than that is for you to be handling it in the diplomacy punya nature, a very tactical approach rather than attacking people. You attack them by putting tariff. Ingat dia tak boleh letak tariff to your product. You know, so this type of nature, laki ni dia ganas, dia kasar. My wife kata moody, Masya moody. Okay? Dia tunjuk jari kat saya, dia kata ni moody. Dan dia kata dia gelak. So it is true. Men, we don't care about other people. We don't care about other people's feelings. We do things we thought that we are right, but normally most of the time we are wrong. Childbearing, siapa yang better? Kalau you tengok cultural, they say that look, childbearing, who is able to take care of a child better? By nature, woman is better as compared to male. There are instances whereby male is much better in some instances, but generally woman by nature, yeah. So recognize us as being better in terms of certain things. Okay, so you have to give us leave in order for us to childbearing a child. You have to recognize in terms of the right of us to be able to work from liberal kan. And at the same time, kalau cultural, dia kata since we are able to work, right, we have also the right to childbearing, right? So childbearing, kalau kita apply cultural, then you have to recognize us to be able to take care of the child. So give us that ample leave that we need. So tak boleh lah you kata selfish in terms of I don't care, I just need slave for me to work. You know, kalau you pakai Marx, we are all slaves because the people that is going to engage us only wants to take all the things that is able for them to squeeze from us. So sama dah dengan cultural. So that is what cultural is saying. Please recognize us. But radical, dia kata radical memang attacking mode. They attack all the problem of the society that we are facing. For example, rape, child that is not able to be taken care properly by the parents, you know, the abuse in marriage, you know, where the male is. Kalau kita tengok dalam MCO ni, the number of rates of sexual abuse or physical abuse towards towards the mothers or female in the family is on the rise. Why? Because radical kata male, you all memang jahat. Okay, so approach dia memang attacking mode towards the male. Dia liberal, dia attack the system that we apply, but radical, they attack towards the male. Male are the one that is the cause of everything. We are the one that is in the legislation. We are so selfish. We want to take care of our own gender. Kita tak akan allow women to be together in our group because we will say they are substandard, idea tak ada, they are not doing they cannot contribute. So kalau you ada that kind of mentality, sampai bila perempuan tu nak boleh flourish in terms of their knowledge, in terms of their ability to handle any problem. Next is postmodern. Postmodern ni dia attacking mode, tapi dia attack bukan towards lelaki, dia attacks towards the concept, the language that we apply in our society. The word she, the word he. Okay, dalam law kita kata he banyak kita tengok he is trying to portray not gender. However, the word he is actually literally is referring to male. Okay, remove he, she, use person instead of he and she. Kalau you tengok simbol yang ada male, female dekat bilik air, kena remove. Because whenever you create this symbol or the words that you use, then these things are going to split out. Split up dari macam mana? The treatment of the male is going to be like this, the female is going to be like that. Kalau the moment you pergi family yang baru dapat baby, baby apa? Baby lelaki. Bagus. Baby perempuan susah juga nak cakap nak kahwin nanti kan. Perempuan banyak. Dah awal-awal dah you are trying to put some kind of situational punya pressure ataupun stigmatize, you stigmatize them. Mainan nak kena bagi laki pistol, perempuan nak kena bagi indoctrination of a woman right from the moment they are able to learn. They learn by virtue of the things that you give them, and the moment you bagi dia masak instead of dia nak pegang pistol you tak bagi, then you are indoctrinating them to be in a way that they are to hold their status as woman or male for that matter. This is wrong. Okay, dan empat itu ada banyak lagi the classification of feminism movement. But generally, for you to understand what feminist means is that they want inequality to be removed towards women, or female. Faham So kalau formula dia memang feminism is that equality or remove all inequalities. Itu kalau dia formula you nak faham. Feminism is removing all inequalities that exist between male and female. How? Yes, soalan.
Kan macam radical feminism dia reject liberal feminism completely kan. And macam cakap tadi, they are fighting to remove all types of inequalities, betul tak?
Betul.
Macam what if anyone yang nak attack this feminism idea, dia kata macam like what about women yang dapat maternity leave for childbearing, macam nak jaga anak apa semua, for cuti pantang, and then what if macam zaman sekarang kan kita dah ada banyak bapa tunggal yang memang dia je yang menjaga anak. What if kalau dia orang pun meminta juga cuti untuk childbearing, does that make them fight for equal right juga? Sebab nak remove any types of inequalities, does that mean yang macam sebabkan perempuan dapat maternity leave, bapa tunggal pun patut dapat juga cuti untuk childbearing? Macam mana sir?
Dia in a way that they support lah. Kalau lah kata you cultural is the role of a person in terms of childbearing kan. So you have to recognize the woman is much better in terms of childbearing. That does not go to the extent of fighting a male who wants to do all this childbearing. Okay, kalau kata single parents yang lelaki kan, kalau dia nak jadi caretaker of the child, all these feminist group in general are trying to help them out, not attacking mode lah. Okay, so liberal are saying that any role of a person, irrespective whether they are male or female, must be equal. So this is not happening, whereby we want it to be removed. So if a person is holding the position of a child bearer or child taker, caretaker, then you have to recognize that. So in this particular sense, they are not attacking those people in terms of gender lah.
Faham maksudnya
Must,
kalau
yeah.
kalau maksudnya bukanlah idea feminism ni nak fight for women's right only, but in terms of equality for both men and women juga, for the benefit of both. Macam tu
Yes,
kan?
tapi dia punya ada 4 orang. You bayangkan, you nak tengok benda ni, you nampak seorang perempuan liberal, seorang perempuan cultural, seorang perempuan radical, seorang perempuan postmodern. You tengok radical dengan postmodern ni, dia angry people. Okay, liberal ni dia relax, a person that is rational. Cultural dia feminist sikit, dia feminist. Tapi dia dua orang liberal dengan cultural ni, they are women of peace. Dia tak adalah kata ganas sangat. Tapi when it comes to radical and postmodern, memang dia all out attack. And they attack about the law, they attack about things that is happening in our society. That is rape is because male do not recognize the existence of female. This has been gone through 2000 years ago. Female are just an alat untuk sexual. Kalaulah kata you ada respect, okay, ni balik pada Rasulullah. Rasulullah kata ada seorang tu datang, ya Rasulullah, ada dah Allah dah minta pula. Allah dah perintahkan kita jangan go to have sex with other people. Ada seorang tu datang, ya Rasulullah, tak tahan ya Rasulullah, I need to go and get sex from somebody, from the prostitute lah. So can you give me permission? Tolonglah bagilah lunch, you know. They urge, the urge. So Rasulullah diam. Biasalah orang Arab ni dia persistent kan. Tanya kali kedua, Nabi diam. Tanya kali ketiga, Nabi jawab. The person that you are going to go and have sex with, are they not your are they somebody else mother, somebody else sister, somebody else wife, somebody else, daughter? Do you have daughter? Are you married? Do you have your mom? Do you like people to have sex with your mom? Do you, strangers to have sex with your mom, strangers to have sex with your wife, strangers having sex with your sister without married? You want to get sex with somebody else without marriage? You think that it is your right because you are a person of that, you have that urge. How about those person that you are doing that activity with? They are somebody else's wife, somebody else's mother, somebody else's daughter, somebody else's sisters. So diamlah Muhammad tu. Okay, so that is one example lah. If you look at how we as society look down on women, irrespective whether we realize or not. Okay, bila you pergi ke a house and the anticipation of somebody is going to provide food, always the female. I kat rumah, my wife prepare the food, I basuh. Dulu I tak practice whereby gantung baju, gantung baju. Why? Because I was brought up in a family that woman is the one that take care of the family punya chores, so that is the situation. Okay, enough of the lecture, mini lecture. Hampa ni tak baca, hampa tak go through the material that I have already given. We are supposed to have a discussion. Okay, soalan. Radical feminism ni macam mempromote dysentery tu apa dia? Oh, hit on men. Uh, Connection lost just now. Okay. Yeah, the radical is they hate men because the injustice that the man has brought towards all female throughout the world for all eternity. Winnie, okay? Lagi? Guys? Sekejap. Oh Allah, terlepas. Sekejap eh. Ya, soalan? You all ni ada kat sini ke?
Ada, sir.
Habis? Tak nak tanya soalan lah? Hampa tak baca no, when you come to class, if you're not prepared, obviously there is no contribution or discussion sebab you tak tahu apa yang nak tanya. Tanya je lah berkenaan dengan apa-apa pun berkenaan dengan perempuan ni, you know. This is not a technical area. Why you are learning this jurisprudence of feminist jurisprudence? For you to be able to be aware of the things that is happening in our society. You are going to be in power. You are going to be a person that is holding a position, legal position. Power is going to be in your hands. So you are to change the situation. Okay, you are to change the situation and make sure that everything is the injusticeness that happens between male and female is to be removed in whatever ways that you can. So kalau lah kata I sebagai you nanti sebagai judge, you have to play a role of either cultural positive cultural or what else, the radical or liberal, up to you. Yeah, at least you know where you stand when it comes to your decision that you're going to make.
Sir,
Ya, Laila.
saya sekejap sebab saya tanya soalan based on notes yang saya tengok daripada sebagi tu. So saya soalan-soalan saya berkaitan dengan tu jugalah. Saya nak tanya macam kalau macam ada je orang this feminism dia orang blame inequalities dekat women and men ni is because of the law created by men.
Yes.
So they are macam nak fight lah yang diorang pun deserve right to be in this legislative kan sir? So kalau diorang be in this legislative area, maksudnya diorang akan create law based on liberal cultural semua ni sir?
Yes. Basically, obviously kalau they on terover, and then the male will counter that, obviously, right?
Betul.
Betul tak? Nobody is going to allow them to be over, meaning more than the male. Okay, kalau kita tengok certain movies kan, where kalau kita tengok I don't nampak tu Captain America, apa yang pegang rope tu? Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman kan kita ada situation where women are in control of the society. So the role that they play, the male is being perceived as enemies. So that is the situation lah. Kita akan jadilah di mana perempuan akan be more. What we want, I think feminism trying to seek is just, fair and reasonable. Kalau kata cultural tu, okay lah, you can treat us differently, but please accept us that we are better in some sort of things. So we are good at political arena. Okay, kalau kita tengok Canadian mana siapa yang Prime Minister perempuan lah ni that is doing very good. Yeah, we tengok European countries, we have New Zealand okay, can't remember. There are so many now women leaders all over the world. Tapi Burma Asan Suki apa nama lah Minah tu, nampak muka dia, but she failed, she failed to remove injustice that is going on in her country. Soalan.
Last question dari saya nak tanya, macam dekat dalam case The King against apa saya tak ingat, tapi dekat dalam case tu dia cakap the principle of the case is dia upheld the article 12 of Convention of Elimination Discrimination Against Women. Artikel tu dia cakap pasal right for the woman against for her own body, macam abortion macam tu kan. So does that mean before the case, before the principle was upheld, before the convention, macam women do not have the right untuk abort ke macam mana sir?
Yalah, the recognition, the proper recognition, it is from places to places lah, countries to countries. It is not universal in nature. Some countries can recognize, some countries are not able to recognize. This is where the convention is trying to make it a standard throughout the entire world that women are able to do whatever they want to their body. With that respect, Malaysia kita tak boleh nak terima because sometimes it goes against our religion, right? Okay, certain provision would go directly against our kalau kita nak sidar kan, we don't totally agree, kita ambil partial lah, partial recognition of that and adopt it into our law.
Itulah saya pun tanya pasal yang Malaysia, maksudnya kalau Malaysia tak recognise kan,
because Malaysia, we are sovereign.
How
can a sovereign country be dictated by international society? So they are not in control of our country. Sovereignty is ours. We have every rights what we want to do. So if we allow people to dictate us into doing things what they want, then we lose our sovereignty already, right? So it depends on our society. If our society wants to kill people because they bring in drugs, then it's up to us. Nobody is to say that, wait, come on, we give freedom lah, we allow people to take drugs. No, that is not, that is your country. You do whatever you want. You want to go to whatever you want to do, you do it, but you don't force it on us. So yes, in a way that even though we do not accept certain standard, but that does not go to the extent that we abuse the position. We victimize the woman. So slowly it has to change lah. You get what I'm trying to say, Nana?
So macam pandangan saya rasa kita patut
breaking off. You are breaking off. Hello, Laila, you are breaking off.
Hello sir.
Okay.
Ada tak?
Dengar.
Saya nak tanya lah, macam yang saya cakap tadi, kita ada sovereign kita, so kita tak let other countries or international convention dictate kita kan.
Yes.
Saya nak tanya macam your personal opinion lah on this right of abortion for women. So rasa macam mana? Does this actually dictate ataupun this is what we actually need?
Kalau you tanya personal as a person, I would say abortion, lantak lah. You nak abort lah, you punya body. If I don't allow you to abort, you will go and abort in a way that you would see reasonable. You akan makan coke ke, you akan jolok dengan benda ke, you akan lompat-lompat ke, you akan do whatever people would say, and then you worst come to it, you go to practices, bomo, clinic, illegal clinics to do abortion, lagi teruk, you endanger yourself. that is abortion lah. But to me as a Muslim, then I would ada caveat lah, because once you dah pass the second trimester tu atau first trimester tu, bila roh dah masuk dalam badan, then too late lah for you to abort, right? So you have to, if you are a victim of a rape, right? So for example, you are to be given the rights for you to abort, yeah, because how can you live with a childbearing of a child that is not yours, which is tak ada love, tak ada apa orang kata, it was forced onto you, right? How can you sampai, bukan salah budak tu, tapi but still kalau budak tu dah ada nyawa, you have no rights for you to kill. Itu kalau rape. Kalau the child is going to be born handicapped, you know for a fact, ya, benda tu. So kalau balik kepada Islam lah, kalau dah ada roh, then you cannot do anything. So that is my personal answer if you want to.
Thank you, sir.
Soalan yang lain ni, ya Allah, 24 orang, siapa pun tak tanya, tulislah. Aduh, letih. Apa ni? But so for rape victim, macam mana? Rape victim, yalah, rape victim, they have every rights to do whatever they want. But the thing is, rape ni, kalau kita tengok, di some juris, feminist juris tu kata the movement, macam kita ambil lupa pula, lupa pula ni. So dia kata the rape situation or the standard, the standard that we apply when it comes to orang panggil ni victimization of women. Kalau kita tengok advertisement kereta, kenapa jangan kereta lah, advertisement tractor ataupun lori, kenapa nak letak perempuan pakai bikini, you know, dekat situ? What is the relevance of the perempuan bikini towards the selling of the tractor? So that is victimization, that is injustice, ya. So women are victimized to do things. Kalau dalam sexual pornography pun, you tengok the degradation of women akan jadi the one that is inferior within that sexual scene. Dia akan nampak, bukannya nampak, this is the situation, the reality in pornography, when perempuan akan jadi victimized, in a way they are lowered in degrading, their position, which is not good for the society. You teach people to lower your respect to women, and how it comes about because of the rule of the law that we have. Kan? Soalan ini subject very yes, okay. Yes.
My question is, we know that feminism is no longer philosophical, but moving towards political movement and institution, right? And then, do you think that women actually have their own internal struggle, especially due to their their feminism movement? Because we can see that the issue of women bring down another woman, and then another issue such as they put down their own gender. For example, like Victoria's Secret fashion show is no longer being conducted because the fat girl don't want to see a skinny girl on TV. So how does feminism work in the sense that they can work together as between women, I mean among women? So
they would definitely, kalau you tengok empat-empat ni, they would have some drift between themselves, especially kalau you tengok, kalau compare postmodern dengan cultural ni, you know, a lady motherly punya role, tapi kalau radical memang gangster punya role. Postmodern dia tak peduli semua, you know, So obviously there will be a situation of rift ataupun clashes between this group. However, whatever the way I see it lah, if you ask me, dia ni macam ni lah. Kalau you bergerak dekat mana-mana tempat, dia akan ada some reaction to your movement. Whether it is positive or negative, there must be. You have to accept that is just science. Whenever there is a blast ataupun bomb ataupun whatever, there would be chaos first before it comes down. That is the nature. So kalaulah kata ada movement macam ni, movement ni akan bergerak. It will continue until to the extent that dia akan dapat equilibrium dia sendiri. How do you know whether equilibrium of being achieved or not? It is quite subjective, right? So the movement akan ada counter reaction. For every action there must be an equal and opposite reaction kan. So kalau lah kata the movement ni terlampau strong to the extent that the male says that enough is enough, then they will die out. But the movement is good for me. The way I see it is good to make people think, realize, and analyze the situation. If you are not doing this so-called feminist jurisprudence punya topic, obviously you are not going to be bothered with thinking or analyzing it. But since we are forced to do it, then it becomes something that we can ponder about, something that we must realize that injustice between gender is prevailing in our society. Okay, so it has to change lah. How do you change that? By virtue of the movement, what they want is to be able to be reflected in terms of law. So movement alone is not enough. They akan translate into policy and then it will translate into law. Okay, the movement, whatever movement, they akan influence the politician to be able to come up with policies. Then that policies will translate into law. And law would eventually being imposed to the society later on. It will have its effect. The way I see it, law has to be changed in order for you to change anything. Ada tak gender equality education in class when you are when your primary and secondary school? I rasa tak ada. Okay, equality rights apa semua tu tak ada. Nobody is teaching you except if you are inclined towards this type of movement inequalities, that happens in our society, or you are being forced like you guys, the 23 of you in class, you are being forced to learn. That opens up your mind, perhaps. For those guys, you might see it as petty. No, they are not petty things. They are very important things. How can at one time they interviewed this lady untuk Merdeka punya speech ataupun some comment. So makcik tua ni dah, I think her age is 60 plus. Somehow or rather it was transmitted to the TV. They made it live and then tanya dia, what do you think about anti China ni? What do you think about our independence? Dia kata, what independence? What independence that you nak celebrate independence apa? We as women, we are not independent. We are afraid, always afraid to go anywhere, to do anything. We cannot do a lot of things, and because we are so afraid that things that might happen to us. So don't talk about independence. Dah kena sekali. Okay, who is responsible to make sure that women are safe? Is it not the law? Is it not you guys? You are going to be in power later on. The responsibility is going to be put onto you. You are going to answer to God. What have you done? in order for you to ensure inequalities in our society is to be removed. Okay, dah tak sabar nak pergi kelas lain. 4:53. Guys, go through the materials, and if you have anything that you want to ask, please by all means ask me. You can PM me. McKinnon, Catherine McKinnon. Lupa pula nama dia. She is a lawyer. So, so you baca McKinnon and then you start to realize apa yang dia cakap tu betul juga. You know, kita ni orang
Hello,
lelaki.
sir.
Ya saya, Cempaka. Ya.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
I think I have the last question.
Yes. Yeah, please. Last question, eh?
Yeah, okay. We do agree that woman is entitled to have equal rights. However, what is your opinion on women who I think overclaim their rights, such as there are some women who claim that they want to be imam and whatnot. So should we control the movement of feminism to a certain extent?
Yeah. Kalau dia nak jadi imam, the first thing that you have to establish is who do you believe? You will have to ask those people who wants to be imam, who do you believe? Do you believe in God? If you do believe in God, which God that you believe in? Which religion that you are believing in? If you believe in Islam, right? So if you believe in Islam, you follow Islamic rules, and the constitution for Islam, for Muslim, for me, Islam is general, in terms of anyone who believe in God is a Muslim. But you know, Muslim likes to see themselves as Muslim. Tak kisahlah. So if you say that you are Muslim, you believe in God of Muslim, Allah, even that pun jadi isu juga. If you believe in Allah, you believe in Al-Quran as a word of Allah. Does Al-Quran and Hadith, as the Prophet is the one that is to reiterate the Al-Quran, whether the permission is given by Rasulullah of his action or his Hadith, Sunnah of Hadith, that allows a woman to be Imam. If it's stated there is nobody, women can be imam to themselves, why not? Okay, we do have situation whereby kalau perempuan nak semayang, I think there is a kalau nak jemaah, nak dapat banyak pahala, because Allah loves us to be together rather than be separated, then by all means you can do that if it is permitted by the Al-Quran and Hadith. That is my take. If you want to pursue certain things, you must be basing your argument based on reality. If a non-Christian comes, non-Christian, samalah dengan Christian pun, yeah. If you look at any provision of your religion, whether it allows you to do that, then go ahead. If you don't believe in God, and then suddenly you want to come into that religion and say that I have the right to be an imam, I mean, that is ridiculous lah. Okay, in saying that, I disagree with this movement dekat England, dekat European countries, United States, where even Malaysia lah, yeah. Di mana Malaysia, we allow a woman to go and pray in our mosque, but in certain countries they don't even have provision for space for women to pray. My God, benda tu, masjid tu Allah punya, it is not yours. How can you restrict people from coming in even to solat? So there are so many videos, yeah, that portrays that, which I am angry for those injustice to happen in our society. Orang akan tengok benda lah Islam ni, macam ni you treat a woman. So but yet kita kata Rasulullah bring justice to women and so on. Habis rosak. Apa yang Nabi buat semua rosak. Alright. So thank you. I think that is all the time that we have. The record will be passed to you later on, insyaAllah. I record ke ni? Okay. Right. Any other questions? Please feel free to message me. Tak ada siapa pun pernah message. Adalah seorang dua. Letih. Alright. So thank you very much guys. Kita ada problem nanti kelas kelas dua lagi kelas 25 akan cuti, 1 bulan akan cuti. Aduh, kita buat je kelas online ni senang, kita tak ada physical, so we can continue with our class ni lah. Senang sikit. Right. Nak jalan? Kami pun nak jalan. Okay, tak apalah, kita tengoklah video yang I akan buat. I pass it over to you. Masalahnya bila pass video ni you all tak tengok. Marahlah dia. Apalah nak buat macam mana. Okay, so please go through the material that I have given you in order for you to understand the topic better. InsyaAllah. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. Semua orang kena keluar. The recording I have to stop. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Syam. Thank you. Thank you, Cempaka.